It's a particularly badly lit street, probably leading outside of town. Don Imagos, artist, creator, director, actor, visionary, modern-day Viking. Brought important contributions to the art of indie game making to Transylvania from the distant lands of the New World. This is your brain on walls. Huh, a heart-shaped mural. It's got like a circle in the middle and... yeah, I have no idea what this is. It's a withered portrait of a man with a fiercely intense stare. There's something about him, something strange but familiar. Oh man, what a neat looking balcony. I'd love to have one just like that. She doesn't need to go up there. Oh no, not another tourist info point. Thankfully, this one seems to be abandoned. A single solitary lit window. Who's in there and why? Why am I even asking these questions? I think it's this kid's slingshot just lying in the grass. It's a local kid playing on his phone. Hello, young man. What's up?
Playing on my phone. Do I know you?
Just being friendly, that's all.
Uh-huh.
So, what are you playing?
Call of Duty 6.
I thought shooters sucked on mobile.
Call of Duty is not a first-person shooter. It's a survival game.
Survival game, really?
Yeah, really. You roleplay this supermodel, and every once in a while, you have to survive on no food before a show, for like 3 or 4 days.
That's terrible!
Games have changed since your days, old man. Everything is realistic now.
Disturbingly so. Nice place, this town.
Nothing ever happens here, and I can't even get data on my phone anymore. But yeah, great place.
Well, if you looked up from that screen every once in a while, you'd see that it is.
Oh, geez, you're one of those, aren't you? We get it. You grew up hitting a ball against the wall, not glued to the screen. You were so much better off. Thanks for the insight. Bye.
Well, no, that's not really what I meant. I was a nerd just like you.
Oh yeah, you're totally hip to geekdom and down with the youth, pups.
That's a cool slingshot you got there, kid.
Yes, isn't it crazy that I know about more than just computer screens and video games? Mind-blowing, I know.
Oh, come on. Mind if I take a look at it?
Yeah, 'cause I'm just giving my deadly slingshot away to a stranger, sure.
Isn't it cooler and more realistic than a video game?
I don't know, but it can realistically take your eye out. So which of these two is worse? You tell me.
Well, if you put it that way...
I made it way too deadly. The world's not ready for it.
Right. That thing does not look deadly.
It's only made from the toughest wood you'll find around these parts and a virtually unbreakable rubber band. And I've used industrial-grade glue to put the thing together. Not only is it deadly, it's indestructible.
I'll bet I can take it apart, easy.
Really, dude? You're on. What are we wagering?
Just the satisfaction of being right and in the other guy's face, kid.
Okay then, it's on.
Have you seen a girl called Peace around?
No, I haven't, 'cause I'm one of those losers who won't look up from their screens at the real world, right?
Later.
Uh-huh.
This lady is really interested in that mural up there. Hi there, I couldn't help but notice you're examining that mural up there.
Pardon me? Oh, yes, indeed I am, yes.
Can you tell me anything about it?
Why, of course. You see, there is a certain ambiguity in regard to the vivacious and decidedly histrionic undertones of the disjunctive perturbation present within the artist's essentially transitional brushwork. Wouldn't you say? Of course, you must not let this hint of overspecificity on my part overshadow the obviously resonant spatial relationships between the reductive quality of the lines and the commitment to a rigorously formal approach on the artist's behalf.
Actually,
what you must understand is that the work echoes its own edges with its obsequious interior dialogue, and even replicates itself, paradoxically denying any allusion to a juxtaposed mythopoetical reality.
What do you think of this cauldron?
An unrelentingly piercing allusion to corporeal gastronomic enslavement, in the almost puritanical form of a hemisphere, wrought of sacrosanct hunger, both telluric and spiritual.
You nailed it on the head. What do you think of this slingshot?
Kinda shoddy, if you ask me.
What?
Inextricably inferior.
What can you tell me about this bus ticket?
An incisive voyagerial metaphor, rectangularly encased in an obviously sarcastic homage to utter futility and cavalcading materialism.
I have this pocket full of trash.
Such a puckish postmodernist cliché turned anti-cliché, or, as some would put it, mirthful reversed boilerplate. Not an entirely surprising denouement coming from a distinguishably inexperienced dabbler in the arts, but one I uncontemptuously applaud nonetheless.
Yeah, it's just trash, really.
Precisely. Wink wink, as they say.
What are your thoughts on this glove?
The inherently loquacious relationship between the universality of myth and the theoretical limits of acceptance is akin to a pattern of new insights that are instantly accrued and synthesized, n'est-ce pas? What starts out as a triumph soon becomes manipulated into a tragedy of circumstantial, amorphous extrications of shape and content. Like shimmering replicas becoming anthropomorphic, emergent through critical practice, resulting in intermittent forms that become distorted enough to reflect our true nature as solipsistic consumers of conformity.
But what about the glove?
Oh, there's a glove?
What do you think of this solvent?
Are you by any chance employing terraceous earthly chemistry as a means of subsuming the inextricable anthropologic dissolution into a pan-expressive, if mechanistic, allegory of human suffering and decay?
I sure am.
Bitchin'.
Yeah, but what does it all mean?
Aren't you paying attention, young man? It signifies that the structuralist paradigm under which the creator diligently operated is flush with interpolated post-dialectic musings that cannot be rightfully ignored.
That's oversimplifying it a bit, but yeah, okay. What is the significance of the divided heart?
It is clearly a corollary of the coronary metaphors which permeate the opacity and quintessential divergence of pervasive aesthetic hierarchies in the artist's oeuvre.
I agree. I'll leave you to your critique.
Indeed, indeed.
An intricate monochrome mural in stark contrast with the intense colors all around it. It seems to tell a pretty convoluted story. A senior citizen enjoying his time on that bench. Good evening.
A good evening to you, young man.
Such a pretty town, Forumaris.
Yes, and an old and storied one, too. Oh, if these walls could speak. The birds, the deaths, the wars.
Maybe it's better that they can't speak. Boy, what a sight, huh?
Yes, yes, it is superb. The rolling hills, with their scents of hay and white flowers, the gently grazing herds. Sometimes I wish they placed this bench the other way around, but I guess this way you can admire the mural.
Is the painting old?
Old? Yes. Older than most things in this town. How old exactly, though, I cannot tell you.
Is there a story behind it?
Yes, there is. But do you have the time to listen to it?
Yes, I do.
Now, legend has it that a long, long time ago, on top of a mountain overlooking Forum Maris, a Solomonar, that's an ancient ruin, was conjuring thunder and rain when, below, a terrifying Balaur, that's a dragon, attacked the town. The masks, sworn defenders of the town, could not defeat the dragon, but could not live either. So they sent an innocent young shepherd girl by the name of Miwara and her dog Azor to beg for the Solomonar's assistance. Miwara and Azor's journey up the mountain was not without peril. Many traps and cunning magical obstacles to stop anyone from disturbing his ritual. But Miwara and Azor were smart and agile and resilient, so they made the top and told of the dragon. Red with anger, and could not see beyond the fact that a girl and her dog had conquered his defenses. And since they had proven to be smart and agile and resilient, he transformed Miwara and Azor into a black and a white cat, forever cursed to roam the hills and mountains without ever resting again. Then he did make his way down to Forum Maris and found it days and 3 nights, and finally crushed it down into the mountain, burying it in the bowels of the earth. Afterwards, he cried tears of remorse for foolishly cursing the shepherd girl and her dog, and erected a monastery in their remembrance. that remains of the monastery the Solomonar built ages and ages ago. It became corrupted, and some folks say that it's from the evil that the remains of the dragon still hold. I hear the masks are once again guarding the full urn, but who would risk going all the way there to see if it's true? Not many, dear. Not many.
Wow, that was fascinating.
I'm glad to hear you say that, young man. I'm still here to tell the story, but for how long? No one really knows or cares about it other than me and the masks themselves. Maybe once I'm gone, so it shall disappear into oblivion.
Let's hope not. I'll be off now. Have a nice evening.
You too, young man. Goodbye.